before I get into the video topic, the AC in my building's busted, so my window is open and my fan right beside me, directly at me, is on. So there's a lot of ambient noise that might make it difficult to hear or understand, so I will try to be loudish, I guess. Also, I don't know why the lighting's weird. I have like my curtain almost completely closed, and yet it's still such a high contrast. I don't know. Anyways, so on to the topic, and that is high-speed culture, modern crap. Nobody can slow down. Whine. It's because the thing is that especially older people are constantly complaining about how high-paced and fast society nowadays has become. Except it hasn't necessarily to the degree that they're claiming oftentimes, because what they see as, and it's not also as negative of a thing as they often see it being. Because the thing is that I just watched, I'll put it in the description, video by YouTube channel This Exists talking about slow TV. And while it's not a new invention, being traced back all the way to the 60s, it has more recently gained popularity instead of just being something like, you don't have a fireplace at home, so let's put some fire on TV, which is where it started in the 60s, or as something to fill up that time in the early morning when no one really watches TV, back in the early 90s. It's actually become a thing that people actually watch and look for on YouTube even. And and then there's also, he mentioned, in that video that he mentioned video games. He mentioned the bus game, which I hadn't heard of before, but then also mentioned this flower game, which is actually really high tech and all this other stuff, and it reminds me of a bunch of games that I've even played, which are just really calming and relaxing, and you can kind of go slow through them, and it doesn't really matter, and there's no like high pace in your face, fuck, I gotta win, crap like that. And there are sites, that actually time your ability to not touch the keyboard, not touch the mouse, just sit there and watch the screen, which is, oftentimes something relaxing like waves or something like that. And not to mention there's a ton of videos which are, extremely long, like hours and everything else long, of just things like match towers or whatever, matches and cool patterns, whatever. Like I'll just a YouTube channel that mostly has that, I'll put in the description as well, of just the matches burning. And I've watched through entire videos of this, and so have several other people. And or they'll just put waves just showing a beach. So while this exists, that episode didn't really mention the YouTube culture of it either. But the thing is that it's not old people watching these videos either. It's actually more often than not young people, because we aren't actually as fast paced as a lot of older people want you to think. We're actually, yes, we can be, but we also like to take time to sit down and relax, just like people have forever. People get bored, so they want to do stuff. And also the thing is that, going into why the fast pace isn't a bad thing, is that our brains are actually our fast-paced society, and the fact that what they often view as like, oh, always gotta be doing 10 billion things at once, and they always have to have all this input and all this information and constantly blah blah blah. The thing is that we actually are able to process more information quicker and become more efficient at completing tasks, and can multitask much better than our older counterparts because of the constant barragery of information. We're able to look at something and get information from multiple sources extremely quickly, whereas them, it would take them forever just to expand, to look at an entire page and get all the information that we can get in a matter of seconds. And I'm not saying any sort of elitism, saying like, oh, younger people are so much better than older people or whatever else, but I'm just kind of trying to counter what they're saying, which is older people are so much better than younger people. And maybe this will change the lighting better. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, I'm seeing my face and it's like half white. Anyways, so it's not, and we're able to, and I mean, even with, in my own experience, I mean, I'm able to go boom, 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 do something super quick. and older people, they take for fucking ever, and it's not necessarily, you know, like, and also we're able to learn things way quicker. We can learn new technologies and figure out how to use them. Like, for example, I mean, I just complain about old people. It's usually while I'm at a job or something, and I'm like, okay, well, this thing needs to get done. Let's hurry up. Let's get it done. You know, the faster we get it done, the faster we can move on to do more stuff, and the faster we can blah, blah, blah. But if something that I've done in the past is teaching older people how to use modern technology, which is a lot of people would find that frustrating, but I kind of find it funny or sweet or whatever, because it's also just really interesting to see, because like my grandmother, who does have a little bit of dementia, so she does forget things really easily, especially new memories. So something that she would ask me at several different sessions, because she would forget me having answered the question already, and I'd be showing her all how to do stuff on smartphones or iPad or whatever that she had, and then she's like, oh, you had to have gone to school for this, you know. It's like, oh, where did you learn all of this? How do you know how to do this? And I was like, I just figure it out. Like, when I get a new phone, I play with it for like an hour, and boom, I know how to use it. And if I don't know how to do something, I just Google it, and like at most 5 minutes later, I know exactly how to do that thing. And like with the iPad, I had never used an iPad. I don't use iProducts, and I haven't used iProducts since way back when iPods with the actual spinny thingy were popular, and the last iPod I had was the iPod Video, you know, those ones that were more squarish and had the, and then, yeah, there's like the iPod Nano Video. That was the last iProduct that I owned. So, because I say this to young people sometimes, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, I am old, but I'm not. Anyways, so just showing her how to use the iPad, I was just figuring that shit out myself. So, and I'm realizing this video is getting long again, but basically, like, I was figuring it out and then teaching to her, like, at the same time, is what I'm saying. So, younger people, working with them, we can just figure out how to do a job and then do it, and bam, 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 fast, 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 get a bunch of shit done. And also we can absorb way more information in way less time, and we can have more information presented and then absorb it all without having to, like, overwhelmed by it all. Whereas older people struggle with that more because they're used to everything being so much slower paced, because everything took so much longer to do things, whereas we were raised in you can get anything whenever you want all the time. And the sort of idea that we can't cope without it is partially true, but it's also just because society has changed so that you kind of do need the internet. Like, people say, oh, people can't survive without their phones or the internet. You can't apply for a job without the internet most of the time. There's very few jobs you don't apply for online. I'll go applying in real life, and they'll tell me to go apply online. I want to get information. I'm sorry, I don't own an encyclopedia set, because, one, I'm fucking broke. Thanks for ruining the economy, old people. And, sorry, that's a running joke. And two, because I have all that information on my phone. Holy crap, I just realized how dirty it is when I just did this. But, and also on my computer, but like where I'm living now, internet sucks. I'm trying to set up a new one. But, because I'm used to having all that shit for free and able to find, and instead of like having to, okay, look in the A to Z at this topic, and then, okay, there we go, there's the information. It's Google, boom, got the answer in 2 seconds. So, it's just that we're more efficient. We're able to be more intelligent and not have to go to school for it. So, and yet they're still trying to have that idea that you have to go to school and have to do fancy book learning, as some people kind of jokingly call it, when you don't in this day and age, because of how technology is making everything so much more accessible. So it's just that things are different, and it's not that we're incapable of stopping to enjoy something. In fact, we quite are, because the thing is that we enjoy going out for walks still. We go on bike rides still. We go sit. In fact, it's not, I mean, I really like doing this stuff, and I mean, I'll go to somewhere and watch a sunset or some shit, and you know who else is there? Not old people, young people my age, young people in their late teens, early 20s, mid-20s, whatever. All sitting here watching the sunset over the frickin' Ottawa River. We know how to sit and relax. It's just, we don't have to. So if we don't want to, we don't. Thanks for watching.